Hey everybody, it's Noah, and today I'm finally going to be bringing you guys the third and last part of the Stalker Crush video. So basically where I left off in part 2 was I was speaking with this person named Zero, who I believed to be Tabitha, and there was a lot of evidence to back up that she was Tabitha because she had been interested in me for about like a year and a half, and that's how long we had been talking. And also I left this out in part 2, but Stacy was like so convinced that Zero was Tabitha that she was like, fuck it, you guys need to start talking more directly. So she ended up hitting up the real Tabitha, and she was like, hey, listen, I need to talk to you about something. And then Tabitha was like, sure, what's up? And then Stacy dropped it on her, and she was like, look, you and Noah should start talking more directly. And she said some other stuff that I don't really remember from the screenshots that I got. And Tabitha responded with something along the lines of, I'm done talking to Noah, I'm dead ass, or tell Noah to stop talking to me, I'm dead ass, or something like that. But I didn't really take it very seriously because I had not spoken with a real Tabitha since like June or something, so that was very confusing for me. I thought it was a fucking joke that Zero was pulling on me, because at the back of my head there was a point where I was convinced that the whole Stacy and Zero texting me on Twitter thing was actually just a massive setup for me to eventually talk to the real Tabitha. But as time went on, that really got disproven. So fast forward to the middle of August, and my mom tells me that we're gonna go on a vacation. And the only problem was that it was smack in the middle of my geometry regions, and I was thinking in the back of my head, I don't really want to take the stupid regents. But looking back, I really should have taken it because now I'm in an advanced algebra class, and I really should have been in algebra 2 because I passed the class. The only thing I failed was the regents by like 10 points, unfortunately. And honestly, that really sucks because now I'm a year behind in math. Anyways, I decide, you know what, I'm going to go on this vacation. I kind of need a break from my hometown and all this crazy shit. So basically, I go with my dad for the weekend, and I just get this weird vibe that I'm still being stalked. But I kind of just shrugged it off. So I was walking out to Starbucks, and I saw somebody that looked a lot like Tabitha jump out of a car and call out to me, and it was very soft and quiet, so I thought that it was in my head, and I kind of just ignored it, and I walked into Starbucks, and then I saw this lady walk in, and she sat next to me, and she just stared at me for about a minute, and I was like, should I talk to this person or not? Like, is this person associated with Tabitha? And I was like, no, there's no way. There is absolutely no freaking way that she stalked me all the way out to my dad's house and sent like her relative or something like that to go in and like, I don't know, fucking like try and get me to talk or something like that. Regardless, I was like, you know what, just to clear the air, I'm gonna talk to this person as a regular person just seeking advice from a stranger, you know? So I scoot next to this person and I tell them a little bit about my situation, and I don't really remember what I told the lady, but I spoke with her for about like 5 minutes, and I said, you know, I just don't understand what this girl sees in me. And she was like, well, she sees something special in you, Noah. The lady left the Starbucks saying, don't worry, it'll get better soon. And then I was like, okay, so I might have actually spoken to one of her relatives. I'm not really sure, but the chances are incredibly low, even though I did see someone that looked a lot like her. I spoke with that person just in case, okay? But anyways, my paranoia aside, the week goes on. I don't go to Regents Review because obviously I'm going to go on vacation. And so I go to the airport, and I'm like, alright, I'm going to have a nice vacation. I'm just going to get away from it all. But the only problem was my annoying brothers went, and I wasn't very happy about that because my mom was saying, oh no, you've been through a lot emotionally because you've been a little bit depressed about things that you won't really tell me about. And obviously I wasn't going to tell my mom a lot because I told her a little bit, and she basically thought that I was absolutely fucking crazy, which is understandable because if someone's not talking to you in real life and they're just talking to you behind an anonymous character, I think it's completely natural as a parent to believe that it's just some 40-year-old man from some fucking foreign country just creeping on your kid. So I'm honestly not surprised that she kind of thought that I was like fucking losing my marbles. And also another thing that Zero did to try and convince me that she wasn't Tabitha was that she had one of her friends call my mom, and this friend of hers was actually very close, and we had all been friends in the community and stuff. And this guy friend of hers tried to convince my mom that she was Zero, and my mom was actually very convinced, and that was the end of it. But pretty much, long story short, I'm at the airport, and I get a strange text from this person asking me about Zero because she had gotten some DMs from her. And at the same time, when I walked into the airport, we switched areas for where the plane was going to be at, and when I walked into that area, you're never going to believe what I saw. Someone that looked identical to Tabitha. And not only did she look absolutely identical to Tabitha, but she also stared at me and started mouthing some words at me, and I almost dropped my coffee, okay? Like, I was freaking livid in the back of my head. I was like, no way, she did not fucking follow me to the airport. I am losing my mind. I am hallucinating. This is not real. You know, somebody fucking punch me so I can wake up in the actual airport where there is no Tabitha lookalike that's mouthing words at me and pointing at me as if she wants to fuck the shit out of me. The sheer surprise that I had at that moment was insane. Like, I just didn't want to believe it, so I went to go sit down, and pretty much that was it. But then my brothers lost their tickets, so I went to go follow them just in case. And I also saw the person that looked a lot like Tabitha following them as well, and I was like trying to catch up with her, and I had my computer, my book bag, and yeah, I mean, she was walking pretty fast. She had like a pocketbook though, and I was carrying like 40 pounds of stuff, so I couldn't really keep up with her. And as I got on the plane, I heard someone behind me say the name of my brother laughing and giggling, and that got me like incredibly suspicious. And I was like, okay, how the heck does this Tabitha look like know the name of my brother? Unless she like overheard my mom like say his name or something like that. Like, okay, I genuinely don't know how to explain what the fuck happened at that airport, okay? I know it's a stretch to say that a 15-year-old girl followed somebody to the airport and managed to get on the exact same plane as them and be able to go there completely alone. But anyways, I get on the plane, I don't see her for the rest of the vacation, but Zero is texting me a lot, and then I get back and then Zero doesn't text me for a week. And basically I was like really down because Zero wasn't hitting me up, and I thought in the back of my head, okay, maybe if she actually did manage to get a ticket to Puerto Rico and snuck out of her house or something like that, then she probably did get grounded. So that could probably explain why she didn't text me. But granted, the real Tabitha probably kept up her streaks and everything, so I'm not really sure about anything anymore. When I got back to school, the real Tabitha basically acted as if I didn't exist. She was talking to other guys and I was talking to other girls, so naturally we kind of just stayed out of each other's way. And up to present day, we're still not talking. I mean, sure, we've had a couple of like awkward eye contacts, but that's really it. And I think that happens with a lot of people, so I don't really see much in that. Zero still hits me up to this day, and me and Stacy are still in the chat with her, and she has claimed to be Tabitha throughout the school year. And as a matter of fact, I actually did try to test to see if Zero was Tabitha, because Tabitha would occasionally go to my gym class while we were walking on the track and kind of just walk there with her friends. So what I decided to do was pull out my phone while Tabitha was walking with her friends, and at first she actually did pull out her phone, but I think it was an iPhone and Zero uses an Android. As I got closer to her, I was still texting Zero, and she didn't have her phone in her hands at all. Basically, after that, it was debunked, and Zero was trying to backtrace. She said, "Oh Noah, don't you think that I knew I was kind of being watched? I knew you were behind me." I said, well, that still doesn't explain how you were still texting me while I was behind you. And I did say, well, you could have passed the baton to one of your guy friends online. And she was like, well, yeah, I've definitely done that before, so it's in the realm of possibility. Now, before I end off the video, I completely forgot to mention one of the biggest pieces of evidence that convinced me that Tabitha was stalking me and secretly still had an interest in me. So basically, I went on Xbox 360 and a bunch of people joined my game, and they were like making a bunch of like references towards me and talking about my situation, and they were like, yeah, we know about you and the girl with the dog filter. And I was getting really shocked, and they were like, Tyga, we're here to help you. And they said some other shit like, if you have sex with anybody else, we will find out. And I thought in the back of my head, alright, they're just being cautious and they're just being protective of this girl that they're probably relatives of. Granted, I'm an attractive guy, put me in the right place in the right time, and I probably could get laid, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm still a virgin, that time has not arisen yet, and unfortunately I don't think it will until at least college. So yeah, I mean, I'm not looking for sex or anything like that, but if someone that seems innocent enough and nice, and if we're friends for a really long time, and then we get into a relationship, I'm not gonna say no to sex, but I'm not gonna be having sex with like random people or anything like that. But anyways, they were saying, oh, we're here to help you, and I was like, well, yeah, I guess it's good talking to you guys. I'm glad we're like opening some fields of communication, and I kind of like told them a little bit about my side of the story, and they seemed understanding. And they also said, well, at least he's not incompetent. And I jokingly said, I am incompetent. And that was pretty much it. And I kind of got freaked out by that whole thing because I was like, damn, I'm really being stalked by Tabitha and possibly her fucking family. I was thinking, wow, she cares that much about me. Like, that's a little bit scary, but at the same time, it's cute. But like I said, me and her have not talked in real life since like June. We don't have any classes together, and I haven't really noticed her make a major effort to stick around me, except for popping by my gym class a couple of times and walking on the track. But she was just really there to talk to her friends. She wasn't like close to me or anything like that. I don't really think that was her trying to stay close to me. At the end of the day, do I think that Zero is Tabitha? Probably not, but they might be friends or something like that, or they might have been secretly talking. I don't really know. Now, do I think that Tabitha stalked me? This answer is going to be controversial to the people watching, but I'm gonna flat out say it. I do think that she stalked me to some degree. Probably not to the amount that I think that she was stalking me, but I think that she did stalk me a little bit, and I do kind of feel in the back of my head that she might still have feelings for me, but she has no idea how to express these feelings, and she knows that if I talk to her, there's going to be a lot of questions that I'm going to ask her, and I guess she doesn't really want to get into it at the moment, or she just genuinely hates me. I don't really know, but she still has me blocked on everything that I know that she has, and I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. So with that, I'm gonna end off the Stalker Crush saga. It was fun doing this massive story. I got like no views on part 2, which is kind of depressing. And thanks so much for watching if you made it to the end. And like always, stay awesome. Peace.
Black crabs, cooking 6 bags on our bump tracks, mix fads, mismatch like I'm bad at the line. Rip Prodigy, do is truly the man, and I rap in the board like the game got no plan, like an operation. I'm bored of all these lame son, shaking my finger at you like I'm the speak from Sonic 1. Duck out, fuck down, buck up, shut up, blood guts. I ain't got no time to listen to all you dumb sluts. Leave me be, I just wanna go and cop an ounce of weed. When I hear it beat it, I feel it catch me out on my feet. All you other rappers don't interact